State. Speaking of which, it's Joe Sanderson, CEO of Sanderson Farms. We usually get together with a big rooster and at the golf course, but our club. But it's a different time. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm good, Paul. How are you?
I'm feeling good. It was good to have the speaker on in the studio yesterday. It was good to have the lieutenant governor a few moments ago and talk to him, read his statement overnight. It was good to hear that the governor did acquiesce to the fact that if it does pass, that he would not veto. So because of people like you and so many others, the tide is turning. Your thoughts on this, Joe? What it is a remarkable time in our state.
I agree. I'm very pleased that a change is come upon us. I remember 2001, and I feel the same way about the situation today as I felt then. But I'm very grateful. I'm very pleased that it seems that we're about to make a change, and I'm most grateful to the leadership that they're prepared to lead us toward this change. Courage and thoughtfulness and foresight.
When you hear
that's what I think.
When you hear people say, and I've had them on the air say, "Well, it really doesn't make that much of an economic impact in our state." It's short-sighted for a couple of reasons. Number one, you don't know about the deals that never happened. Number one. Number two, you don't know what's going to happen in the future with the deals that have happened.
I agree with that 100%. My concern is should we not make this change, we leave this flag as it is, or it's put to a referendum and the referendum fails, is the deals will not get done, and people will not come to Mississippi to hold their conventions, and worst case scenario, there could be boycotts of Mississippi-made products. People will not come to the casinos. They will not. Tourism will fall off. That is my primary concern. And somebody say there will not be economic damage, I think, is whistling in the dark.
The rapidity by which things catch fire on social media, we call it going viral, of course.
Yes.
It's good in some cases, but in many cases it could be so bad. It's throwing rocks at one of our products. It's not buying our products. And again, and I mentioned this to the lieutenant governor and also the speaker, you never know what's going to happen. June of next year, it could be a Democrat-controlled Congress. Those contracts out there that we have with a multitude of different places as far as imports, exports, all of this different stuff, it has gotten vicious beyond belief in Washington, D.C., They have every reason to look at Mississippi and say, look, until you guys do this or that, these are going to be cut, that's going to be cut, this deal's not going to happen. And the people who are making that decision in the next 24 to 48 hours in some of these places in the House and Senate and some of these districts, they better start thinking about that.
Absolutely. And, I think I'm like a lot of Mississippians. I prefer that the flag be changed on our
terms.
Yes, and not because of a threat from the SEC or the NCAA or a threat from outside forces. We need to be the ones to change the flag, and not because of Congress in Washington, not because of outside groups. People in Mississippi, and I'm one of them, do not like somebody forcing us. I don't think Mississippians would do that. I don't think they would ever knuckle under or make a change because we are forced to.
Mm-hmm.
They'll do it because they think it's the right thing to do. They'll do it because it's a smart thing to do, but they won't do it because somebody is trying to make them do it.
Yeah, we're gonna have news before the weekend, or maybe before Monday. Possibility if this resolution fails, that's going to be negative news itself. That's not going to be good. But
yeah,
we'll probably have to wait. You can't do it in October. You got to wait till January, so you won't need the 2/3. So that means the 2021 session, and who knows what the heck's going to happen before then. It's a long way off.
It is, and it. They could hold it on a motion to reconsider and talk to some people over the weekend, and may have another vote next week. Yeah, I'm like you. You never know what's going to happen. I'm very, very happy with our political leaders that they've come to this point.
Yeah, and we said on the air this morning with the Lieutenant Governor in the House here and the Speaker yesterday. I know it's not easy. It's not easy for some of these folks because just typically in its human nature, the feedback we get here on the air, the feedback that the Speaker got, the feedback that the Lieutenant Governor gets, the persons who are the people who are against are going to be more likely to be the people who contact you than the people who are for. It's just a reality.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. They're very vocal, and I understand that. And appreciate it. But I still believe the people of Mississippi are generous people, and they're about doing the right thing.
Well, it was good to see the religious organizations combine together, and that was very powerful yesterday.
I think it was too, and those religious organizations represent the broadest swath of the people of Mississippi.
Yeah. You've talked to a lot of other business leaders out there, and I think everybody is unified on this one. In some of the areas that we do have some senators who are against this, there are some major manufacturers, there are some major employers in their district, and they just need to talk to these guys and say, look, guys, you better get on the phone.
The business community is united on this one.
Mm-hmm.
The manufacturers and the Mississippi Economic Council are united about this. They're all in favor, united about this change needs to happen and needs to happen now.
Well, we've been doing this.
The legislature.
Yeah. We've been doing this so long. I think we're all tired and ready to get this behind us. And I wish we would have done it in 2001. Let me say this: are we? By the time we get to the golf tournament, is everything okay for that?
It is today.
Mm-hmm.
We need this virus to slow down in Mississippi. We right now today, of course, we couldn't have any fans out there.
Yeah.
Which would be disappointing. We feel like we're going to have a very good field this year because of the limited schedule the tour is playing. So we would love to be able to have fans out there to enjoy the players we think we're going to have. And I don't know if we'll be able to have our pro-ams out there. But we're hoping we're going to be able to have that, and we're looking forward to having it the first week of October, where the weather will be much nicer than it was this past year. So we're on go right now, and hopefully this virus will be calmed down enough where we can have a normal tournament.
Is there a deadline day where you got to make that decision?
No. We'll be consulting with PGA Tour and see where we are about 30 days out, probably.
Always good to have you, sir. And I thank you. Anytime you need the microphone, you just give us a call.
You're very kind, Paul. Thank you for inviting me.